that up a little bit there. But hey, what's up, everyone? It's John from WGC. I've been watching a lot of HW videos, so as you can tell, maybe I have a little bit of influence going on right now. So hey, HW, let's make a video and hang out. But so I wanted to talk about this guitar in a different video, but I figured I would show it to you now because we've been slow on making videos. I'm working on this awesome Orangewood Juniper video. This guitar has been so cool, man. I got this from for Christmas, and it's got a rubber bridge on it. I don't know if you can see that here. I'll have a close-up on it in the actual video of it. But hey, this is actually kind of the point of what I wanted to talk about. I just switched to the Quad Cortex, and instead of pedals, which is a big old controversy in the worship world, I think worship players are too stuck in their ways. I think we need to venture out. And I think we're just going to start with guitars today, not get into pedal boards or anything else. And I think I want to show you like 3 or 4 guitars, talk about it in the comments down below. It's 2025, so do all the YouTube things, right? And let's just jump into a couple guitars, talk about why I think they're important, and maybe why we should be using them in the worship scene. So I do listen to some folk music. Obviously, I bought this guitar, but I listen to mostly a lot of prog music, a lot of prog instrumental, like Plini and Polyphia. They're like my 2 favorites in that genre. And then, of course, Dream Theater has props, and I listen to a lot of metal. And I couldn't help but think to this morning, I had to stop and take off that to make this more comfortable. But I couldn't help but think this morning, it's Sunday, by the way, recording this, that the music I listen to and the gear I play don't always match up, and I want to change that, or at least be consistent with what I want to do, and use the influence that I have outside of worship to maybe enhance my worship playing and or the experience on a Sunday, if that even is possible with guitars and pedals. And I think it is. So I might try and clip in a Polyphia clip here, and if you haven't heard them already and I'm the first person that's showing you them, you need to stop what you're doing after this video and go listen to Polyphia. It'll make you want to throw away your guitar and practice all at the same time. It's kind of like golf, but they have some of the best clean tones that I have ever heard, not to mention some of the best lead tones and the chunkiest 8-string riffs you've ever heard. They're incredibly dynamic. Tim Henson and Scott LePage are 2 of the best guitar players, I think, of the modern generation. Tim Henson is incredible. He's a mastermind, savant kind of guy. Scotty does not get enough credit, so I want to make sure, shout out to Scotty here. But they have arguably the same tones that we're listening to on our PCOs or on our worship playlists for a Sunday. And why don't we use some of their techniques or stuff over here? Is it because of image? It's not a traditional Strat or a Tele or a Jazzmaster or a Gretsch with a big Bigsby on it. I myself personally use an SG every Sunday morning right now. It's my favorite guitar. It's got a lot of sentimental value. I got to buy it in Nashville on a trip with my wife, and it rips, man. It does everything I need it to do. I do miss having some tremolo options, and so I think that's why I'm showing you this, also to tell myself what I want to get next. But I do think it's important that we think about these types of things. I mean, I'm going to have it up here on my screen on my computer, but I'm also going to put it here in post in the video. But for example, like the Ibanez AZ series, those are amazing guitars for less than $1,000. I think less than $600. I didn't check the price. These guitars come in at $549, and they're incredible looking. I mean, like roasted maple necks, Jatoba fingerboard, which I might be mispronouncing that, stainless steel frets, proprietary stuff. But I mean, all the reviews I hear, they're great, and it looks like it's like a Goto style trim system that you could always switch out later. I think these are designed to be like mod guitar projects as well, but they have a really cool switching system here that I'll put a diagram up for as well, for like 10 different options worth of tones, like split coils, full coils, necks, left, right, all that jazz like that. And we just never use it. You never see it because it looks kind of modern. I think this is something that would definitely do the job. I mean, the AZ series is what Polyphia uses. That's what their guitars are based after. The Tim Henson TOD is one I would love, but a little out of my price range at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I don't understand why that's not being utilized. But I definitely, if you want to see one on the channel, leave a like, and I will try and get that on here. But that is something that is awesome that came out, I think, late 2024 or in 2024. That's a new thing that's really cool. NAMM just happened as well at the time of recording this, and they announced another one I'll show you here too. It's called the Caleb Shomo 2, the CS2. Man, what a cool like RGD style shape with a Tele neck and just a full humbucker in the bridge. It's a little higher output bridge, but man, that's a beautiful guitar. It's super figured. It's passive. I don't understand why that's not being used. I think people are scared to look different because That's actually not a new thing. People are always scared to do something different for the first time, right? That's this, for example. I got to play at my church. We did an acoustic weekend. Me and the worship pastor played a guitar, and we both played guitar. I had no effects on, which was very nice for the pedal board travel because I had not had the Quad Cortex at the time. And I just played in different rhythms, or I played little lead lines mixed in with like big chords. And it was super fun, and I think this will be a really cool one. As you heard, it's got a really unique kind of sound to it. But I want to show you my favorite guitar that's coming out. Or that's not, it's already out, but I still want to show it to you because it's just sweet. The Bowden Prog NX6 in this crazy earth green burst thing. Man, this thing's awesome. It's got Sir pickups in it and a trem system. And I played one at Sweetwater when I went to get my Quad Cortex not too long ago. The split coil sounds are without a doubt the craziest split coil sounds as far as like clean, pretty, and chimey and glassy that I have heard in quite a while. So I will be saving up for that at the right price point. At the right price point of over $2,000. I would like to get one on the channel for myself, just in general. I don't think I'd ever sell it. I'm gonna cut to a clip of me playing a Strandberg that I used to own that I sold because life, and I regret selling it deeply. But here's a clip of it right now. It is great sounding. It did the thing for sure. Nice, crispy, clean tones. I mean, if it's good enough for Plini, it's probably good enough for me, right? Yeah, but I'd be curious to know in the comments what is holding you back from some of these more out there guitar brands as far as worship's concerned, like your ESPs, your Schechters, which here's another Schechter on the screen right now, the Sun Valley Shredder. Me playing We Praise You with it. Wild, by the way. So comfortable. Again, when I sold it, it was around the vid time. The before time, if you will. And yeah, I mean, I sold a lot of guitars at that time to make sure everything worked. And so, I miss these guitars, and I would like to get them back in my collection one day for sure. So we'll see. But it had like a JB style neck and a 59 style JB style bridge and a 59 style neck. Kind of a classic thing, but it's super comfortable. I'd never seen Wenge before on a guitar. That was the first time, in a black limba body. I don't know if anyone else has ever used that before. I can't think of a single Wenge neck in worship music that's being used right now. A lot of roasted maple, a lot of maple, and kind of your standard Fender and Gibson combos. But yeah, why aren't other things being used? So that's just my little rant I had to share with y'all. What are guitars you're using right now? Are you using something that you're excited about? Is there something out there a little different than what you're normally using, you see in the worship like videos and stuff like that? Let me know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear about that. I think we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about like this guitar and like the context of using different instruments and different things. We've made 8-string videos before. I think our whole Will It Worship series is trying to include that you can do all of this without it being the norm, right? And so we want to make sure that that's encouraged. We're going to try and do that again this year. Hopefully get some cool stuff on the channel if possible, and talk about gear that's exciting to us and not just what's expected for the worship scene. Let's try and make 2025 the year of the worship scene breaking out of its shell. I think that'd be cool. But hey, quick video tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one. We're going to be doing a NAMM review hopefully in the next week, a Juniper video this month, and my first impressions of the Quad Cortex. I'm going to try and get that out end of this week, maybe. That might be damning to say online, but I'm gonna try for it. So I've had it for about all of January, and it rocks. Spoiler alert, it's super cool. But yeah, we'll talk about other gear in a different video. So until then, I will see you later. Bye. Worship Gear Coat.